Adoption was put on my heart as a young child. My parents did foster care and had kids kind of coming in, going from our house just for the foster care system. That part, it made me really realize that, it didn't matter what family looked like from just a young age. And so that was already kind of on my heart that way. We knew we wanted to be parents from the get-go, and adoption would guarantee at some point we would be parents. It was really intimidating for us just because being fairly newly married at that point, and young in our careers and things like that, like how in the world are we going to come up with this money? I was at work one day and got a phone call, and they said we had been given a grant, and they told us about We Care, and they're like, hey, I don't know if you know this, but this is actually a relatively local company.
The cool factor for me kind of went off just being in agriculture and growing up in an ag community. We knew who the Beck family was. We knew that they were a industry giant in the ag industry. It just was really cool to also find out that they had a heart for adoption and were willing to help families like us out.
It just meant a lot that they would care enough to be able to help a total stranger out, and it is really hard when you struggle that way with wanting to be a parent. And knowing that other people have done that too, but that they would help you is amazing. That they would give that kind of money to a perfect stranger is pretty awesome. It's so crazy scary when you're in the process, and it really does feel like you're in the roller coaster and you're not buckled into it. But in hindsight, I would do it over and over again to be able to end up with her, because we know that we got, just exactly the right baby that we were supposed to have at the right time.
Times can get pretty tough and can be very, very challenging, but all it takes is just a little faith. There were times where that's all we had was just a little faith, but God provided. Once we had her in our arms, all that just faded away. We knew that we were going to be parents. We were going to be a family of 3, and once that happened, it just turned our lives around, and we're very, very thankful for her. It just meant everything to us, especially at a time when we needed it, and just to have someone care for us is truly humbling, and we can't repay that.
Changed our lives.